We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with a new setup. Maybe the camera looks different to all of you at home if you're a longtime viewer of the channel. Oh, you got an email. We're using Patrick's phone today because last week, welcome back to episode number 73. Last week, oh, he's doing the sign language.
The power of one, the power of two, the power of many. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
Fuck! Guys, welcome back to episode number 73. Today, this is going to be a no-dope podcast. Straight up, it'll be a no-dope podcast. I'm letting y'all know right now.
Morale is down.
Morale is down because ACOLYTE, this is the first pod we've recorded since we've watched the first 3 episodes of the ACOLYTE. And
yeah, this will come out after the 4th episode, so maybe 4th episode is really good. Let's record 2 versions of this podcast. One where that 4th episode was really good. Yeah, be the power of many. And then one where it was really bad. The power of many. Guys,
well, there's a lot of people online that saw the episode earlier, saw it and said it's not that bad. No, it's bad. That's bad. It's worse than bad.
Well, saw what early?
Well, first of all, we're using a new setup.
Yeah,
let us know what the quality looks like at home. Guys, comment.
Wait, did you change it to 60 or to 30? Or
I didn't
change
anything.
60? Okay. Is this in 60?
Guys, is this in 60? It doesn't matter. We'll be fine. I think it is in 60, but 60's better. Cheers.
Is this in 60? Did you turn on 4K? We only have the power of 1 hour.
Well, did you?
It was on HD the last I looked at it.
Like 1080p?
What did you?
Like 1080p?
Well, it's HD or 4K, so I would imagine HD is 1080p. Yeah, guys, we're using my phone.
Yeah, that's Deacon Jigsaw.
We're using my phone to record this one, and we're gonna try because that means we can go one long take in theory.
And it also, because last week for whatever reason we ran into a new problem. It didn't happen twice, so it might have just been a random thing. But what happened was, usually when the camera runs out of batteries, if you're a longtime viewer, you know that that's happened a lot in the past. It'll save the video, but for whatever reason, it didn't save the video. So we were like, okay, well, how do we make sure that doesn't happen again? And then we're like, okay, maybe we can try using your phone, because I was thinking about that too. But now we're trying it. But then
I just realized my fucking bear dogs are out for the whole world to see.
That's fun. I got new yap yaps, guys. Comment those yap yaps are fresh in the comments immediately.
Guys, I went to Canada's Wonderland on Saturday and I'm burnt bad. My arms don't look that bad. My face burns.
It looks fine.
Thanks. Hurts.
No, it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's worse than bad.
Yeah, guys, don't look at my feet. Actually, can you blur these?
No.
Blur these in post.
Bro's got the nastiest wart.
Dude, I don't have a wart. Don't put that out there.
The ashwaganda's right in the way, man.
The ashwagandha in the way of my feet.
I'm trying to get no emotion with the ashwagandha. I'm trying to get so little stress that I just have no dope, no emotion.
Oh, man. I wish
I
that
just
was
coast. I just coast through life. Then take ashwagandha, man.
What is it?
It actually derives from a root extract, and it's actually called ashwagandha because it actually it's a certain language for horse root, I believe.
It's from horses?
Oh yeah, because if you smell the root, it smells like horse. So I think that's why they call it that. It's shown many good like there's been many studies that show that it helps boost testosterone, it helps lower stress, it helps lower your cortisol levels. So if you're somebody that goes to the gym and is a stressed out person, true.
Also, guys, don't look at me moving my feet.
I'll look at you
because it hurts. My ankle hurts right now. So
I'll look at you.
Stretch.
But if I look over and you're not wearing a lab coat, you're never talking about ashwagandha again. Well, look at that.
Look at that.
Shut up, dude. That's boring. That's boring as all get out. Talking about glycogen.
And now you're just stealing someone else's podcast.
Yeah, it's Chris D'Elia, man. Well, he's fine. He's cleared, right?
I think so. You're canceled.
I'm not stealing the man's I didn't write down the whole podcast.
You did.
And I'm reciting it.
He talked about the ACOLYTE and it'll scare him. ACOLYTE 3 scared me.
So obviously today the main point is going to be talking about ACOLYTE, but I have a little treat for us. So
guys, keep in mind that we've actually liked most of the things that Star Wars has put out in the Disney era.
Oh yeah.
So
I've
that
been
needs
fine
to
with
be
it.
understood.
Did I send it to you? I
No.
did. I must have.
Didn't.
I had to have. Must have.
You didn't. All you said was remind me that to watch a YouTube short.
And the YouTube short's gone.
Did you like it?
I disliked it.
True. Well, you're never finding that.
No, I'll find it.
So the whole conversation of this podcast was
I can
based
just go
around a
through my
video
history, fam.
that Ethan didn't save. Way to go, guy.
I can go through my history, fam. It was literally the other day.
But yeah, it is important to note that we have enjoyed Star Wars basically up until now, and because a lot of people who are hating on the Acolyte haven't enjoyed Star Wars up until now.
So it's like, who can you trust?
Yeah.
Who can you really trust? But when everybody says they hate it, it's bad.
It's really bad. And guys, if you're thinking about watching The Acolyte, I'm here to tell you don't. I'm here to tell you that there are so many better TV shows.
Or be prepared if you're going to watch it.
I was prepared, and it still was bad. It still hurt me to watch. Watch some good like The Boys or House of the Dragon, both of which are out now.
I've heard The Boys is getting pretty gay.
Well, it is gay. Definitely.
Oh, definitely.
Very gay.
Oh, here we go.
I've watched the first 2 episodes of the season, and episode 2, gay.
True.
It's awesome. There's one scene where I'm just like, but it doesn't matter that it was like a gay scene, but it's just like, there's so many scenes in The Boys as a show. Where
In that one scene that popped off, do you see stuff?
What scene are we
when
talking
it has
about?
to do with A-Train?
Oh, okay, so I haven't watched
haven't you got
episode
that part
3 yet, but if it's the scene from the first episode,
Who's involved in that scene?
I don't think I've seen. I think I know the reference, but I haven't seen all 3 episodes, so I don't want to say.
But the scene that you're thinking of, who is involved?
It was just one character who can multiply himself.
Okay, so no, not what I'm thinking.
No, it's not what you're thinking of. I know what you're thinking of, but I haven't
So
seen.
I'm curious because
But there was one scene in episode 1 that nothing happened. So if something does happen, then it's in episode 3, and I haven't seen it.
Well,
yet.
I didn't watch that scene. I just
No,
saw
I know.
the memes.
I know what you're. I know. I've seen some of the memes too, but I'm trying to stay off Twitter because Twitter right now is all The Boys and House of the Dragon, and I am not caught up on either of those things.
True. So we're gonna be dissecting this short.
We're gonna be dissecting it over the next
We'll
hour.
be running through the comments of it.
We're gonna be scientifically dismantling this video.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's watch it so we get.
But
some
when did this
context.
video come out? Like, is this person talking about Acolyte as a whole, or episode 4 coming up? Or are they talking specifically about episode 3?
Where can I see the description of this? And I can't. I don't know when this was released, but it was before Acolyte released.
Before the show even aired.
The Force be with us today because I got to see the Acolyte early, at least the first 4 episodes, and I have to say, I was not that excited for this series, and it ended up being really damn good. Now, of course, this is just my social media reaction. I will have a full review when the embargo lifts. I can't say too much. Of course, I am going to be non-spoiler because I think the less you know about the series, the better. But let's just get to what I tweeted out. Star Wars The Acolyte brings every era of Star Wars together for a mystery that continues to become more intriguing with every new reveal. The fight foo, but I honestly meant to say force foo, brings an elegance but intensity to every moment, and Amanza Steinberg is phenomenal. But Lee Jung-jae was born to be a Jedi. Very surprised by my reaction to the series. On most of the marketing to be pretty meh. Can't wait to say more about this. All I can say is that if you are a Star Wars fan, you should be very happy and be excited for this. And if you're not a Star Wars fan, you should actually give it a try. The Force be...
No. Okay, so wrong on so many levels.
Okay, so that's that. Now you can imagine already he has 881 likes and 1,300 comments. So the guy got absolutely ratioed, and you know.
So I also just want to, before we go into this, say that for anyone who's thinking about watching The Acolyte, first of all, don't. Second of all, I've been, like, Star Wars has been arguably one of the biggest pop culture things in my entire life.
Yeah, I would say same.
And this past episode of The Acolyte made me question my entire fandom. So take that into consideration.
Yeah. And also we should say that this most recent episode of Acolyte, the lore of Star Wars that was created in whenever episode, I don't know when it was originally, I guess episode 1. When episode 1 was created, I don't know if it was said before that, but when episode 1 was created back in 2000,
it was 1999.
1999, exactly. So there was lore in it that got flipped on its head and basically said no. So they basically that was my biggest issue with it. I think that's most people's biggest issue with the episode, aside from the acting, aside from the writing and the cringe dialogue
and the power of many.
Very, very cringe episode in general. But it just it takes lore. It's like nobody watched Star Wars before they made the $180 million Star Wars show.
Well, it's funny that you say that because they didn't. Because these writers didn't watch Star Wars before. And neither did the actors.
That's why we need Sam Witwer, man.
Bro, put
that
Sam
guy
Witwer
needs to
in
be
everything.
a consultant on every single thing that comes out in Star Wars.
Put Sam Witwer in everything, man.
So now let's go through the comments. Now the comments themselves are somewhat tame.
Oh God.
But it's the replies. This guy stood on business until the end of days. Bro.
Oh, so the comments are saying wrong, but then he's replying.
So look at how
to
many
them.
he's replied to.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's everyone, for every single person at home. He's replied to every single comment, and that's never a good thing.
No.
On a video like this. So let's just go through some of them. Early access equals you must simp. And he responds saying early access equals no, I've just been doing this for a long time. Okay, you didn't have to. Next comment. You lost all credibility and potential subs. He responds, I don't care.
True.
Then another guy said, LOL, no shot. Disney got this man paid. He said, nah.
True. Well said.
He said, I'm glad most of the comments are in agreement that you can't trust this guy anymore with these, quote, great reviews. And he responds,
nah.
Don't trust me. I don't care. Okay. Is this how you grow an audience?
Yes.
No idea how you can say this. Episode 1 and 2 were just atrocious. How so? Okay.
But what was that person's response to how so? Surely there was a conversation that's
There's so many replies to that. Have some dignity. He responds, okay, you try too. Okay.
Have you met Star Wars fans?
Next guy.
That's not in their vocab.
Nice try, psyop. He said, nice comment. True. And nice try, psyop has, first of all, he's getting ratioed with the likes like crazy.
What's funny though is I can see you sending all of these exact same replies to people.
100%. Guys, I got to play Black Ops 6 early. It was insane. And he's
then
getting
the game
paid.
comes out. It's
I
bad.
don't care actually.
How so?
So the person who said nice try, psyop got 348 likes, and his reply saying nice comment got 7. So he's getting ratioed insane. I'm having a hard time trusting you on this. He responds, I only reviewed the first 3 episodes. So in the thing he said 4. So he obviously lied.
Or he's just wrong.
The back half failed that series. Oh wait, I don't know. He's talking about someone else there. It was terrible. What do you think about it was bad? Some people there's just some of them are like that. But he's like, let me guess, you loved it, just like all the other Star Wars shows. Some of these aren't as juicy, but some of them are funny. I knew when he said, if you're a Star Wars fan, you should be happy. That's something a company would say. He said, is it LMFAO? It's what I'm just saying.
That was in the campaign brief.
Yeah, exactly. Who paid this guy? No one. Paid by Disney. I wish Disney paid me. Imagine he actually got paid and he's just breaking the law.
He's just breaking FTC guidelines like crazy. I promise, guys, I was not paid.
He said, I've got a bad feeling about this. And he responded, good one.
Yeah, show's bad.
He said, someone commented, freaking shills everywhere. And he responded, follower. True.
Kind of owned.
Bro.
Yeah, I just I don't know how you could honestly say that this was a good episode if you're a fan of the IP.
It's comments like this where someone just comments, yeah, sure. And he responds, sure. You don't need to respond to that.
It's the engagement metrics.
Oh, dude. Some guy responded, the soy is strong with this one. And he responds, you guys got nothing better to do. Like, just don't respond to those comments, bro. Just leave them. Like, you don't need to say something. He said, I just got a new subscriber. He said, lies, like I'd trust you, LOL. He said, don't, I don't care. Like, is that how you grow big audience, good loyal subscriber base, is by telling your audience you don't care if they like you or not?
Yes. 100%. Yeah, guys, if you like the Acolyte episode 3, let us know why. Be curious to know. Because it was bad. It was worse than bad.
This guy comments, Disney psychophant. I don't know what that means. And he said loser.
It's pronounced sycophant, I believe.
What is that?
Couldn't tell you confidently.
True.
And this is the Literacy Podcast, where we tell you about words. And guys, today's word of the day
Someone
is...
just commented, this guy is gay.
Oh. And today's word of the day is chicken.
Stop lying, damn. And he just responds, not lying, LMFAO.
Lying.
Bro, putting LMFAO at the end of a comeback does not make the comeback right. Like, just saying not lying, LMFAO, dude, it's not. It's so funny that you think that it is.
Oh, speaking of that, before I forget, there's this video of Taylor Swift going around right now of her busting a move at one of her concerts.
Busting a...
No. Busting a move.
Okay.
Have you seen the video?
No.
It's just like a really dumb dance move that Taylor Swift did at one of her concerts. It's kind of just silly.
Yeah.
And I saw someone quote tweet that video, and oh my God, nail right on the head.
What did they say?
Taylor Swift is the Elon Musk for women, and I will not elaborate any further. And it's so much more true now after that video, and then you put it side by side with the Elon Musk.
Is she like a bad dancer?
It just, I mean, I don't want to sit here and
emoting?
say, I don't want to sit here and say Taylor Swift is a bad dancer, but the one video, it was kind of a goofy move. It wasn't a great dance move, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, Taylor Swift, bad dancer? An Acolyte has women?
Yeah.
Has women. But it was
Mostly women.
it was just like a funny video, just the side by side. I was like, Taylor Swift is the Elon Musk for white women, definitely. 100%.
He said it, not me.
Well, think about it. Elon Musk stands will literally just defend and prop Elon up on this like just unbelievable pedestal as a demigod.
As God.
Or God.
As God, not even demigod. God.
And it's like, bro, you look at the Elon Musk dick riders and you're like,
and then he posts some next
like,
Fortnite emote shit.
Yeah, and you're like, what the hell? There's so many other people that you could idolize. That make more sense.
God, Christ. So many other people, even if...
Dwayne Johnson?
There's just so many... That's what I don't get, man. Like, there's so many people that have done so much actual change that if you look at somebody like Elon Musk, like, what is it about him that makes you want to follow him to the ends of the earth? Because he's not even like... You could argue he's not even making the world a better place. Advancing it is not necessarily making the world a better place, first of all.
Well, have you ever seen the Cybertruck, dude? Obviously, the
I
world's
actually
a better
have
place
twice
now.
in Florida, and it was sick.
Obviously, the world is a better place.
I will be buying that. It will scare him.
Yeah, it has scared me.
If I pull up to Grenadier and Kurt sees it, it'll scare him.
It will scare him.
It will scare him.
100%. Yeah.
It will scare him. I wonder what the interior of the Cybertruck looks like. Probably cool.
Poo-poo. It's cyber.
No, everything's like Iron Man Jarvis.
Yeah.
Even the steering wheel.
But the quote tweet was especially accurate because the quote tweet that I saw it on was a Swiftie being like, "Oh my goodness, she absolutely slayed," or something like
Hold
that.
on.
And it's just like that's what Elon fans said about him doing the jump.
It's just one of those examples of like a fan base where this person could murder somebody and they would find a reason why it's okay.
100%.
And there's a lot of those. I will say there's a way more fan bases like that for men than there are for women. I feel like Taylor Swift is really the only real like woman influencer, I guess, that has a fan base that is a diehard that much. Like Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan, Donald Trump, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Must I go on? Like, there's a lot, so I'll give them that, but it is...
All right, women, you got that one.
It is fan bases like that are just insane. Like,
yes.
how you
Doesn't
can-
matter who's in the fan base. It's just
because I'm not even like
come on, y'all.
because this sounds like a judgment, and I'm really, really not trying to judge. I just genuinely don't understand how you can idolize somebody like that who just makes music or just makes Twitter. Well, I didn't make Twitter, but and brew. But like, you know, like at least if you're gonna like, I understand liking their music, that's fine. But the people who like cry and have like heart attacks when Taylor shows up on stage,
it's whatever.
It's like Taylor Swift fans when they are at a Taylor Swift concert and Taylor Swift shows up and plays a Taylor Swift song, and they're like,
it's whatever that term is about. Like when you have the fake relationship, when you believe that this person cares about you. It's just that on a whole unbelievable level with the specific people that we've talked about.
Yeah. I think it's an interesting society.
And Taylor Swifts are not as and again, we'll give Taylor Swift fans credit. They're not typically as violent as some of the other fan bases. Like,
well, actually, if you look at actually America, it's mostly the left that causes the man.
Listen, anyone who causes violence is bad. Doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum they're on. Whoever you're causing violence.
Guys, spread. Say with me.
Love.
Guys, love.
Love.
Comment love immediately. Comment love.
And comment Ethan's been looking a little bit chunkier recently.
Guys, comment I've been looking slimmer and bigger immediately.
But bigger in like belly.
Belly.
Fat.
Slimmer in the arms, bigger in the belly.
No, that's me. We can be honest.
Well, I don't want to say anything.
We can be honest.
Well, I didn't want to say anything.
Well,
you've been
guys,
too many of those doctor mandated NOSes, bro. Those government mandated sweet treats. You're only supposed to have one, man.
I only have one.
No, the government mandated sweet treats. It's only mandated to have one, but you have 3. He's been eating 5 Snickers a day.
Well, Snickers satisfies. And you're not you when you're hungry.
You're what?
Hungry.
You're not you when you're horny. And Snickers satisfies.
Snickers satisfies. 100%. You shove it in my ass.
Did you? It looks like it came out of your ass.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why people love Snickers.
Yeah. Duh.
That's why you got to have a Big Turk. That looks a little bit more like what came out of your ass.
Oh, Henry's is...
No, because of the red. Because of the red of the Big Turk.
Oh, you're saying specifically my ass.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Because it's red. Because it's brown and red.
Because it bleed up my ass. And
comment that down immediately. Comment that below immediately. Patrick.
And you know what gave me?
Let's get off this topic.
And you know what gave me a ulcer? ACOLYTE.
Oh,
and Trump.
Random.
And Trudeau.
And whatever the hell he's putting in the water. Should I start that conspiracy?
No, because Alex Jones already did that.
That Trudeau's putting stuff in the water?
Well, Alex Jones has a viral clip that says, I don't like him putting chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs gay.
Well, they turned them gay. How would you even know, man? How would you
Well, because one of the frogs came onto him.
And
he said, yes.
And he said he's down.
He said that.
Well, that's why he kind of looks like one, man. He's kind of built like one. Obviously, he's built like one.
I gotta watch the Alex Jones documentary on Crave.
Is it like a mockumentary? Like it's a documentary?
No, it's a documentary about his trial. I believe.
His trial. What happened?
He was sued for I don't know if it was defamation or whatever, but
clickbaiting.
No, well, kind of
defamation.
Well, because
against who?
So there was a school shooting that he claimed. Nope.
And he got sued.
That he claimed was fake. Like it was faked. It was a hoax. Like everyone, all the parents involved were actors. No one actually died. It was just whatever. Like the left was drumming up this school shooting to scare people away.
To scare him.
To like basically ban guns. So
okay,
the parents were like, "No, actually, our kid's dead."
And what about
then he was like hate mongering his audience off to like harass these parents, and so I think a couple of the parents sued him and won an insane amount of money, and good for them. Fuck Alex Jones, the guy's an idiot.
That's dope.
But he's like so broke he just like can't pay anything. But he still makes his god fucking stupid ass. And then during the trial for defamation, he went on his show. This was in the middle of the trial, and he started defaming the judge.
Is that a good way to win your case? Is that a good way to get the judge on your side?
And he lost. He's just an idiot.
Is that a good way to get the judge on your side or no?
Yeah. Were you going to say something?
I was going to say, yeah, that one, that school shooting was fake. Okay, what about the millions of others that happened this year? Alone, this year, millions.
All fake.
All of them fake. My bad.
Yeah,
that guy is
that's
so
one part
dumb.
of the U.S. that is just such a tragic head scratcher. Y'all really don't want to do anything about it?
It's like, what's insane
We're talking
to me-
about ACOLYTE. This isn't a politics class.
What's insane to me is you can't even defend that. Because you can't even defend the fact...
They find a way.
I understand if your opinion is that I want guns, but you can't defend that your country is safer
They'll
with
find a
them.
way. Then they find a way.
No, but you can't because
they don't find
just
a way.
look at the rest of the world. Nowhere in the world comes even close to the statistics of the amount of mass shootings in the U.S. There is not even a country that comes within a fraction of the amount that happened in a month.
But what's more important? Lives or a couple documents that were written 300 years ago?
Well, a couple documents.
100%.
100%. I'm just saying, if you're gonna choose guns, if you're gonna own the fact that you want guns and think the Second Amendment should still be a thing, own the fact that guns kill and guns inspire people to kill.
We already
own that.
We already came up with the ultimate solution for gun ownership. So
But I'm
go
just
back
saying,
to our old episode.
stand on business. Yeah. Like if you're gonna say, I think guns are good and you should be able to carry guns in the States. Okay, but what about all the mass shootings? Yeah, fine.
Oh,
Like you have to be okay with one if you're okay with the other type situation.
yeah. They're just it's wild. It
Guys,
makes
is
no
this
sense.
world filled with smart people? Yes, man.
100%.
Listen, okay. Let's circle back to ACOLYTE.
Okay, then we're gonna come off school shootings in the States. We could go back
Because
to
I want the title of this podcast to be ACOLYTE related. And if we
Okay.
only talk about it for 5 minutes, we can't do that.
Yeah, true. But it
So-
was at least the first thing we talked about.
It was.
So what are you gonna? Because I was thinking about like what I feel like you would name the podcast, and I feel like you're gonna name it something like ACOLYTE Ruined Star Wars.
I'm going to name it Patrick Love to ACOLYTE.
But yeah, I was gonna say it shouldn't be ACOLYTE Ruined Star Wars or Star Wars is Ruined Forever, because there are so many videos on YouTube right now with that title. It should be something where it's like
I'll cook something up.
it should be something like ACOLYTE saved Star Wars.
Question mark.
No, exclamation mark. Or ACOLYTE gave me a
Raging
rock hard
boner?
go-getter.
Guys, ACOLYTE gave me a hard rock boner.
ACOLYTE gave me a surprise boner in bed.
Would that get taken down or no?
No.
Surprise boner in bed. That's what ACOLYTE did.
That's what ACOLYTE did.
I was watching it in bed,
We have to think of the people that listen to this podcast sometimes.
and they love it.
No.
They thrive for this content, guys.
No,
Guys, comment down immediately.
I can hear the text being typed as we speak.
Oh yeah, I already just got one. That's a live stream, guys. Live, guys. Comment live.
Guys, comment live.
Guys, comment
Live if you're watching this live. And love.
And love if you're loving life right now,
If
man.
you love ACOLYTE, comment love.
Right now, like the thing that's smart about ACOLYTE
Is that it's just really good.
is that I'm looking forward to the next episode like I've never looked forward to something in a while, because I want to see the train wreck that is the next episode. Like, where can they go from there? What is the next step in this story that can make this? How are they going to fuck Star Wars up next? Next thing they're going to be is like, somehow Palpatine is here. He came early. No.
That was the other thing I saw a tweet that was like, who do you think is going to be the villain in the upcoming Rey Skywalker movie? And the guy quote tweeted saying, they should do Palpatine again.
It'll be Palpatine again.
They should do Palpatine again.
Disney has some sort of hate on for Anakin. This is the second time they've tried to ruin his storyline and his speciality.
Yeah, I don't
get it. I think what pisses me off the most is I think, to be honest, episode 1 and episode 2 of Star Wars maybe could have been cooler. So episode 1 wasn't that bad. They were both kind of boring, but I think if you look at it as the story and character art of character arc of Anakin, I think that is one of the greatest character arcs in media history. I don't think there's a better like coming up and coming down than episode 1, 2, and 3. Insane, bro. Like episode 3, I could watch over and over and over, and I will get emotional
100%.
every single time, bro. 100%. It's just so good.
Yeah,
like, it's insane.
I was thinking a lot this past week of what life would have been like if George Lucas hadn't sold Star Wars to Disney. And in a lot of ways, I think that life in the content world would have been better. Less negativity. But at the same time, like we would have, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I think we would have been fine without. You know, as cool as it was to see Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader again, would have been fine without that. As much as I enjoyed, again, like
That shit hit hard.
as much as I enjoyed parts of the sequel trilogy, probably in hindsight could have been fine without ever having any of those movies.
I just think it's like.
But the one thing that I will say that I would miss are the Jedi games from EA, which I never
Like the
thought
video
I'd say.
games.
But I'm saying that we wouldn't. I don't think. We
Oh, like
would have
Fallen
gotten
Order
these
and
games.
Survivor.
Yeah, Fallen Order and Survivor. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
I
those
never
are
know how to
good.
classify those games. The Jedi, Star Wars Jedi games.
I think the Star Wars video games. It's been a while since we've had a bad one. If we've ever had a bad one.
Battlefront 2 when it launched.
Shut the fuck. The game is good. The launch was bad. The game is fine. Acolyte, bad.
Star Wars Battlefront 1.
Rise of Skywalker, bad. Oh, you mean the new Battlefront 2.
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
Not the remaster.
Yes, those are bad. But now, fine. Now they're good.
Yeah, Battlefront 2 is fine now.
It's great now, actually. It's good. Arguably a good
I'm trying to
game.
think of
Like
other
a great
new
game.
Star Wars games that have come out. Still waiting for Star Wars Eclipse. I really just want that one to come out, bro. That one's going to be awesome. I hope.
Bro, why didn't they make...
And Knights of the Old Republic remake, which apparently is not dead. Apparently it's not dead.
Yeah, it was
They just gave
no.
it to another studio.
Oh, it was just paused indefinitely.
It was paused
So it
indefinitely.
wasn't like
but
canceled ever.
It was paused indefinitely, and then they gave it to a new studio. And I think recently the studio head, I don't know the studio's name, but he said, "Yeah, guys, Knights of the Old Republic remake is alive and well."
What do you think we're gonna get first? That or Elden Scrolls Online 6?
Probably Knights of the Old Republic.
Probably. It's been 6 years. I mean, it's been a
What
while
do we get
since we saw
first?
clips, though.
GTA 6 or Knights of the Old
It's been
Republic?
a while since we saw clips, and it's been, I think, just as long since we saw Knights of the Old Republic. Those announcements,
Guys,
teaser trailers.
Knights of the Old Republic was a little bit more recently.
Was it?
Yeah,
I
that was
thought that
4
was all
years
the
ago.
same state of play.
No. Elder Scrolls was 6 years ago. Elder Scrolls
No,
6.
I mean Eclipse and
Oh,
Knights of the Old
Eclipse. Yes,
Republic.
Eclipse I think was the same. I could be wrong, but I think it was around the same time at least.
Those games will be
But
dope.
that game, like there's been no news on Eclipse, I feel like. Whether it's been canceled or not. I think they're just, I don't know what, it's just in development hell or something. Who knows?
I think I saw something about it recently, but I think it might just be in development hell like you were talking about.
But it's one of those like narrative choice Star Wars games. That's going to be sick, especially
As
if
long
it's
as
got
the
a
art
decent
style
story.
is cool, I'll play it.
Well,
The Telltale, is it going to be Telltale like?
no.
Okay, good, because
It's going to be
kind of fuck with that Telltale.
super or what's the
Hyper realistic.
I can't remember. Quantum or Quantic Dream.
Oh,
They-
Quantum
They did Detroit Become Human.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, so it'll be like
That'll be
graphics.
cool.
It'll
That'll be
just
cool. I will be
normal
playing
graphics.
that. I'll be playing Knights of the Old Republic when it comes out,
100%.
and I won't be watching Acolyte episode 4.
I
I will be.
It will be.
At this point, I'm invested. I have to watch
You have
it.
to see it out
I have to
because they
see it
could
out.
turn it around. But it doesn't matter if they turn it around because people have already written it off.
The thing
So
is
I'm going to
like,
keep watching and I'll be like, okay, you know what? If it wraps up all right, I'll be like, that wrapped up all right. I already, the podcast I was listening to, they sort of have shared their theories on who the Sith person is, and I thought that would
Kylo.
be pretty interesting. It's Kylo Ren.
Is this Darth Revan?
No.
Who? Sure.
Do you want me to say who they're
I
theorizing?
mean, it's not a spoiler because it's a theory.
I don't know. I can't remember the character's name, but
Oh my
Carrie
God,
Ann,
he doesn't even know.
Carrie Ann Moss.
Oh, Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood. Princess Leia.
Carrie Ann Moss.
Moss. She's the one in episode 1. Spoiler alert for Acolyte episode 1. In 3, 2, 1. She's the one that gets
Killed at the beginning.
killed.
Okay, that would be bad.
But
That'd
who
be a
else
bad
who else
twist.
could it be?
Hopefully, its own
It
person.
won't be.
Fuck, it's Disney Star Wars. I forgot.
It's a mystery show.
It's gonna be somehow the girl returned. What's her name?
I
Carrie.
think that Carrie Ann Moss, I believe, is the actress.
Somehow Carrie Ann Moss returned.
I can't remember.
That's gonna be the line.
I can't remember
The problem is that I don't think there's
or the
any
character's name.
like. Listen,
But it could be
first-
like she, because I don't think May knows who it is either. So I think
I
that
don't
it
know.
could be she, as in the Carrie Ann Moss Jedi,
Mm-hmm.
was training was doing like a training thing for her. Like she wanted her to kill her.
maybe.
But also, then it's like, because then it'll go into Carrie Ann Moss was the Jedi who decided to kill all the witches, so she's already tweaking. And then
Right.
it could be I don't know if there was Sith prior to this, or if it was like there haven't been bad.
Well, there wasn't till now.
What do you mean?
There wasn't Sith before thousands of years, 1,000 years until now.
That's fine.
What I don't understand is like, why, if you're gonna put Sith in it, if you're gonna put a red lightsaber in it, why choose to make it 150 years before Phantom Menace? Why not make it way in the past where you can do anything like that and it not fuck with the lore, the canon, I guess I should say.
What does it mess with? Does someone say something in their
Yes,
early movies?
rewatch Phantom Menace. Somewhere in there, they say nobody has seen the Sith for 1,000 years, or nobody a red lightsaber. No one, the Sith have been in hiding for 1,000 years. It's something.
No
like
one's seen
that.
a wet lightsaber in 1,000 years.
So either they continue to break canon again, and that's how it ends. Episode 8 ends, and everyone's still alive, and it's like okay, or everybody dies, in which case, fuck me. But there's
Well, how are you gonna get? Apparently, was it you that was telling me that they already canceled Acolyte season 2?
they're trying to, but Kathleen Kennedy really doesn't want them to for obvious reasons. She wants the money, and she wants to continue to ruin the canon of Star Wars.
They gotta get her out of there, bro. Bad.
They gotta fire
get
her.
out of there.
I think after Acolyte,
Something needs to happen
I think
badly.
Disney with the news of them wanting to cancel season 2, I think they're starting to see people hate what is Star Wars becoming.
I don't know, man.
Because if they were just so brain dead that them wanting to cancel it shows them that they recognize that people hate this show.
Like I think they are willing to change with some of their big properties. Like with the MCU, they've already said we're cutting back. Like we are cutting back on the amount of stuff we're putting out because we see what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will get them back on track with the MCU and have some of these projects start really captivating people again.
Yeah.
They just like when was the last? I mean, Andor, most people said was the greatest thing Disney's ever done for Star Wars. I don't personally agree with that, but excluding Andor, only because I don't agree that it was the best thing Disney's done. What else has captivated fans that Disney has done?
I mean, Bad Batch.
But that didn't captivate people. Like, I barely know anyone who's even watched Bad Batch. Star Wars, hardcore, deep in the trenches, Star Wars
Rebels.
fans have watched Bad Batch. Oh, yeah, Rebels was a Disney XD show.
Was it?
Yeah. So, okay, that was good.
Like,
But, like, that one episode of Ahsoka, that was peak Star Wars.
I didn't see that yet.
That was peak Star Wars.
I mean, Obi-Wan, but I know people hated it, but the last episode is just godlike. That thing is literally godlike. The last episode.
Yeah, the last
of Obi-Wan.
episode of Obi-Wan was awesome.
I mean, the whole series, to be honest, like, the only reason the whole series...
There was some dumb shit in the show. Like, you look back at
Yeah,
it,
the
at
Leia
some of the
chase
stuff,
scene was bad.
that was the biggest head scratcher up until the power of many.
Yeah, that was bad. But I will say the fact that it is Obi-Wan did carry the show. I won't lie. But the way it ended, at least, that was a really good... That was just good writing. It was good acting. It was a good way to tie off the knot of that story. Like the fact that...
Mandalorian was really good.
Mandalorian
Mandalorian
was
season
good, too.
2 finale was dope.
Right, I forgot about Mandalorian.
So Mandalorian was dope. So Disney has done
That's
some
what I'm
stuff
saying.
that a lot of people have really liked.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like Disney has done good stuff,
But it's just been
and they've done bad.
they've hit high highs and they've hit unbelievable lows for some people.
And it's like it's the conversation we were having with Curtis the other day when I was like, it's really easy to make a good video game and it's really easy to make a good TV show / movie. And I guess what I should have said was that it's really easy to not make a bad one. In the sense of like,
Make one right now.
I'm not
Make one right now.
I'm not good at coming up with stories.
No, right now make one. A good video game that I can play.
Okay, right now.
Elden Ring on the TV.
A new Zelda.
Oh my god, I'm
Oh
sold.
my God, I'm sold.
Say no more.
But it's more, I guess what I meant was more when you look at video games, there's so many things that you can look at and be like, don't do that because that's bad.
Yeah.
And if you do this instead, it'll be great. And they do the bad thing. Like, don't have the dialogue be somehow Palpatine returns. Don't have Palpatine return at all. I think anybody can look at that and say, don't do that. And that cemented the sequels being bad. If they hadn't done that and it was some other villain or some other storyline, the sequels would have been seen as not that.
Yeah, they
bad.
should have just, as much as I love Sheev, like I love Sheev. I love Ian McDermott. I love Palpy.
Yeah.
They should have doubled down on Kylo being a massive villain.
Yeah. Like, that's the Disney effect. Everybody's a good guy in the end. Doesn't need to be that.
Palpy was never a good guy. Palpy was the one true Sith the whole ride. Somehow he returned. Purrs.
Like, doesn't even make any sense.
I will say, because
And
I know that you know how in Rise of Skywalker they talked about how Rey and Kylo were what they called a dyad in the Force, which I don't remember the entire lore behind that, but I know that it was like the power of two became the power of many. But it just was like some Sith legend, I think.
Yeah.
With this dyad in the Force to whatever resurrect. I don't know, the ultimate Sith. I could be totally wrong with that, but I know that the dyad in the Force was something about two special, super powerful Force beings essentially being one.
Right.
And so this podcast that I was listening to that was praising this last episode, again, I don't understand how.
Objectively, I don't understand how.
But
Even
they
if
were,
you're not a Star Wars fan, how do you look at that and be like, that's good TV?
but they were saying, if I hear anyone at any point in the show say that May and O.S.I are a dyad, if I hear those words, I'm done with this show. I'm like, that's what's going to put you over and not just how bad the last episode was? To each their own.
I mean, I don't know.
Listen, I have liked a lot of dumb shit, right? I like both Venom movies. I genuinely
I wish
think
they were
those
longer.
Venom movies were good.
I wish they were longer.
Morbius was better than... Morbius
Better
is
than
better
Acolyte.
than Acolyte, easily.
Easily.
But... So I'm not going to knock anyone for liking something that's objectively bad, because I like stuff that's objectively bad. But
But
don't like The Acolyte,
There's a difference.
because it's bad, and
There's
I don't
a
like
difference
it.
between being a goofy ass Morbius movie and a show that breaks canon.
Yeah.
There's a difference of bad.
Also, the first thing about the episode that kind of drove me up the wall was that they were lore dumping, or what's the word?
Trauma dumping.
No. They were basically explaining, I can't think of the right word for this.
I think I know what you mean.
But they were explaining what the Force is. And I'm like, we don't need to know. We don't need a whole, like...
But also, that's not the Force. That's not how the Force works. It's not a fucking thread, bro.
We don't need to... You sound like Han Solo there. That's not how the Force works.
The thread, it's not a thread that's not the Force. And literally, right as she said, it's not meant to be used as a weapon, she uses it as a weapon and Force pushes those people away. Like, what's going on here? Not to mention...
Exposition, exposition, I think was the word. That was the overall word that I was looking for. But I was sitting there thinking, we don't need this expository dialogue right now. We've been watching Star Wars it's been out for 50 years. We don't need, which is crazy, that it's almost been 50 years of Star Wars. That's
Yeah.
awesome. But it's like this property has been out for almost 50 years. We don't need the Acolyte episode 3 in a flashback episode that no one asked for. That, again, you already basically explained everything that happened in this episode in the other episodes. You didn't need to show us this episode. You could have just left us with the explanation. I fully understood. I totally got it. Good. Skip this episode. Honestly, if I'm ever doing a rewatch of the show, if I want to watch all of Star Wars chronologically, this episode I will skip.
Skip the series.
Or just skip the series entirely.
I just don't
just
even
start at
understand.
episode 1.
I don't know how they could possibly fix or come back from where they are, no matter what they do. Because one, I don't care about any of the characters. They're all lame and annoying and losers. All of them. Every single one of them I do not care about, and they're all so annoying.
Soul has some redeeming facts.
Maybe.
Soul has some redeeming qualities.
That's because he was in Squid Game.
But he's also not a bad actor.
No, he's not that bad.
Carrie-Anne Moss, also not a bad actress. She just dies
She's
in
barely
episode
even in
1.
it. That's why I don't know.
Allegedly. Also, spoiler. Fuck.
Bro, it happens. It's the first scene, bro. And
Shit.
what's it called? There's not going to be any cool lightsaber fights because there hasn't been any cool lightsaber fights.
But from
since
the
Revenge of the
trailer,
Sith.
there's a cool lightsaber scene where they're all with their lightsabers against the one person with the red lightsaber.
But it's gonna be this. It's
also,
gonna
isn't
be,
there someone with a? Also, isn't there someone with a lightsaber whip? I feel like I saw that in the trailer.
This is a lightsaber fight.
What about it? But you see, what's funny is that when the prequels came out,
And then go and watch Obi-Annie.
holy shit! When the prequels came out, people criticized those lightsaber fights for being too choreographed.
They look so unchoreographed.
Those
Those guys look like they're in absolute flow
Are you
state.
kidding me? The Obi-Annie is the most choreographed
Bro, that thing looks like
lightsaber fight of all
No,
time.
it is two absolute Jedi masters in flow state. Just going. They're
But
just so fucking locked in.
I have no problem with the choreography because it's like a dance. It's awesome. It looks dope, and it's a lightsaber fight. I think that there is a certain charm of the original trilogy where it's like Luke does not know how to use this thing, and he's just kind of hack and slashing against Darth Vader. And that's why I didn't hate the sequel trilogy and why I was able to easily, even though I don't know if this was necessarily the plan,
Ren.
shut up and let me finish, why I was so easily able to predict that Rey was a Palpatine after watching Force Awakens for the first time, because I'm godlike. Go back and listen to the Crack and Wise podcast episode where I said that when the episode came out, because I'm
Say what you're gonna say, so I can say what I want to say.
I don't hate either style of the lightsaber fight if there's emotion and feeling like there's heaviness and impact on that side of it, but also the choreograph also I think is just like higher tier. I would if I were to pick from the two, I would definitely pick prequel lightsaber battles. Don't get me wrong. But
Bro,
but like Ahsoka, for example, there's a lightsaber fight in that show where you're just like, these people don't know what they're doing, and it should be more choreographed.
she beat Kylo Ren though with no training.
Kylo Ren blew a 3-0 lead.
How did
in
that happen?
fight.
How did that happen? She has no
Well,
training.
it's because she
And you can't even argue. Don't say she's the godson
she's
of
the
Palpatine.
chosen one.
True. Don't say she's the granddaughter of Palpatine. So
Well,
it's
she
in
is.
her. But don't say
And
it's in
she's
her.
also Rey Skywalker.
Don't say it's in her, because Luke was the son of Darth Vader, and he
it was
lost.
in him.
And it took
Well,
him
he
3
lost
episodes
to Darth
to win.
Vader.
Yes.
So Rey lost to Sheev.
No, Rey. Listen. Rey
And then she had all
to
the
a
Jedi.
Rey beat a Sith Lord on her first try.
Not Sith. So get it right.
What the fuck is Kylo Ren then? If he's not Sith.
Baddie.
Oh my fucking god. She lost to a
Guy.
dictator lord.
Well, he
of
wasn't a
the
dictator
Force.
yet.
Of the Force, a Force Lord who has
Force
been training for years, and is also
He underestimated her.
is the son of Leia and Han Solo. Okay, Leia has the Force just as much as Luke does, and
She did Force fly.
and he lost to someone with 0 training, and is the granddaughter of Sheev. Luke lost, and he was the son of Vader, and it took him 3 episodes to beat his ass.
Listen, man, I don't know what to tell you.
Listen, man, I don't know what to tell you. Okay?
Okay, Rey Skywalker is her name, and you'll say it.
And I forgot about that. And that made it even worse. First, somehow Palpatine returns, and then she claims
she had a white lightsaber in the movie.
like, yo, you know when like you're sitting at the lunch table and some guy is like trying to fit in and shit, and it's like, yo, don't fucking talk to us. That's Rey and all the Skywalkers.
Oh, I thought you meant just all the Skywalkers trying to fit in with other people.
No, that is Rey trying to fit in with the Skywalkers, and they're all sitting there looking at each other like, yo, who is she? I just think that.
Yeah, I personally would have made different decisions.
But that's what I'm talking about. Is like, when I say it's easy to make good media, it's stuff like that. That's like, it's really easy to know that that's a bad decision. It's really easy to know that somehow Palpatine returning is a bad decision. It's really easy to know, like, it's really easy to know that if you boil your expansion down to dailies and time gate people, it's going to be bad.
No, it's going to be good.
It's going to be bad.
It's going to be good.
It's known that if you take the first game that was successful and literally remake it and don't change anything about anything anybody wanted, it's bad. It's bad. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be taken well. And I'm talking about Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, shit.
Nah, Tears of the Kingdom wasn't that bad. It was just disappointing. And then if we look at the Acolyte, man, like you take characters that already nobody cares about, you give them... And then you implant characters that nobody cares about into a shitty story. So you can't even care about the story and you can't even care about the characters because the characters are one-dimensional and the story is bad. So what? There's no like... Because even like... That's why I say there's no redeeming Acolyte in my opinion, is because no matter what happens, it's always going to be like... It's still bad acting. It's still characters I don't care about. It's still really annoying characters like... That one Jedi with the fucking Miles Morales hair. So annoying, dude.
Very annoying.
So annoying, dude.
Very annoying.
Get off my screen. Lose this number.
Yeah.
Don't show up to episode 4, please, for the love of God.
The guy from A Good Place.
Funny. Trolly. So far, he's my favorite character.
Hate him.
He's objectively a bad character, but I find him stupid. And that's why he's funny. And that's why he's my favorite character so far. Now, I think Jin... Huh? What's his name? Jin So Mai? What is it, man?
You gotta take a lap at it.
I'm just going to say Soul. Soul is probably...
Soul is his name.
No, but I meant the actor.
Oh, I don't know what the actor's name is.
It's Jin something. It's Jin Mai. It's Jin something Mai, I think. Anyways. Squid
Jackie
Game guy.
Mai?
Yeah, I think it's Jackie Mai.
Hell yeah.
That guy, that's how you redeem it.
You put Jackie Mai in the show.
Put Jackie Mai.
And you got yourself a banger.
And you had an absolute banger, bro. Even like, I don't know. We'll see. They could do something really cool, but then it's like, when it's like, there's no way that these writers could write this, think it's good, and then also write more episodes that are actually good. Because they wrote this. So obviously they don't know how to write TV.
It's funny because I actually never thought about it like that. We're fucked.
We're fucked. But I'll be watching it.
Yeah, I'll be watching.
I'll be watching it. I'll be tuning in every week, and I'll be looking forward to every single week.
Thankfully, there are other good shows coming out right now. If it was like, this is all we got, I'd be like, damn. I'm going to go.
Thankfully, Shadow of the Erd Tree comes out on Friday. Thank God.
Yeah, I'm going to get my ass kicked bad in that thing. Bad.
Oh, same. And it'll be fun. It'll scare him.
It will scare me. It
will scare me. Mesmer the Impaler will scare me.
It's kind of scaring me how bad I'm going to be getting back into Elden Ring. Oh, jeez.
I know. I'm nervous for that game of like, what if it was a fluke of how good I was?
Right.
Like, what if that wasn't me being good, but just like lucky in all my bus fights and just knowing the move set?
Well, you're going to have to do the same thing.
I mean, I'm going to have to do the same, but I'm going to get absolutely owned in Russian.
Yes. You're going to get owned, and I am also going to be owned. It's not going to be good.
But that's the experience.
Maybe it's going to be really good.
But maybe, I think I'm level like 210, so maybe I'm like, what, 60 levels above where you're supposed to be?
Well, I don't know about that, but you're 60 levels above where I am.
Well, you said that. No, I think.
Yeah. I think the level characters that they gave the people pre-playing was 150.
But that means that they're scaled to you starting as 150.
True.
So
Did you also see the fact, because you have to beat Moog to get...
Yeah, that only 38% of people have actually beat Moog. That's so hilarious.
But
I beat
also,
him
like-
3 times.
But also the people who
Oh, wait,
are
no, I only
going
beat him
to
once.
the people who are going to buy the DLC have beat Moog. It's 38%
Yeah,
of
you're
people.
you're not going to buy the DLC if you haven't beat
Because
Moog.
I'm sure a ton of people bought it and then just either, like me at first, gave up and never came back to it because it was too hard, or don't care enough to buy the DLC, so it doesn't matter if they beat Moog. I think that anyone who has bought the DLC or who plans to buy the DLC has beat Moog.
Loves the game enough to have
Yes.
beaten Moog, yes. But
So-
that's still funny that only 38% of... I mean, it was Game of the Year. Like, that's a big audience.
Yeah.
So 38% is still... That's
Like
still
on
a lot of
PlayStation,
people.
10% of players on PS5, 10% of players have the platinum. That's high.
That's high. That is high.
SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake, 1% of players have the platinum. So
Yeah, that's not even 1% of PlayStation users and be like, well, people don't play that game. No, players. 1% of players.
no, it's PlayStation players.
No, I mean, like, I'm not in that statistic because I haven't played the game.
Right.
It's not 1% of all PlayStation Network accounts have the platinum. It's
No,
1%
it's one-
of the people who have played the
played
game.
it, yes.
So it's an even smaller number.
Correct.
But also, if only 10 people have played it. Well, it'd have to be at least 100 if it was 1%.
yeah, and I'm the one person.
Nice, dude. That'd be insane passion.
Fucking go, SpongeBob.
Yippee!
Let's go. Ah!
So next week,
Next week we'll have at least dabbled in Shadow of the Erd Tree,
and we will have episode 4 of the Acolyte.
and we will be able to.
So I was gonna
talk
say,
about
like,
that.
will you have time to play Shadow of the Erd Tree before we record next week?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it as soon as I get home on Sunday.
What time do you get home on Sunday? So we'll record what, Monday then?
We'll just record Monday because I'll get home probably early afternoon Sunday. Just put my head down and shred. I'm probably not gonna be in the mood to record. Be tired from the weekend.
Yeah, no, I figured.
So.
So I guess you'll be able to. at
And
least
also
dabble.
Friday morning, I'll probably dabble Friday morning before I leave.
What time do you leave Friday?
Like 3 in the afternoon.
And you just
probably.
dox yourself, and people are robbing you.
Oh my god! Don't worry, this podcast probably isn't going to come out.
Yeah,
until
you have
2
the
weeks
whole
from
day
now.
off, right? Oh no, you don't have that day off. Oh shit!
I
he
booked
just,
Friday
He
off.
just exposed himself.
Oh my god,
Jackie, mine.
Jackie,
don't watch
please
this
don't fire
episode.
me.
Don't watch this episode. man.
But yeah, I'll probably turn on. I might even turn on midnight Thursday, just like.
Is that when it's dropping?
I would imagine so. Like any
I
other
might do
game.
that too. Then actually, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Although I don't know if you'll be able to pre-download it, but regardless.
I have gigabit internet.
Yeah, regardless, I'll be able to
I'll
download it.
scare him.
Be able to download it pretty quickly. So I might play it a little
problem
bit
with
Thursday night, maybe a little bit Friday. Again, I probably won't get very far.
The problem with Elden Ring though is like, do I really want to play that when it's dark outside?
Yeah, so that's
That'll
why
scare him.
That's why I might get scared, and I might just play
It will
it.
scare
I might
him.
just play it a little bit before I leave on Friday, get my ass kicked, beat absolutely 0 bosses, and then come back on Sunday and proceed to get my ass kicked more.
Did you see that Eddie Hall versus those two little guys?
I did.
My friend sent me this video that was like me going back to Godskin Duo and New Game Plus to just absolutely body them. And I was like, real. Honestly, Godskin Duo was never a problem for me. I don't know.
I think
why.
I beat them first try.
I think I beat
or
them
first or second try.
I beat them like second or third try, maybe the first time I fought them. And then when I went back in New Game Plus, I beat them first try. And then I think when I went back in New Game Plus 1 or Plus 2, I think I beat them on the second try. It really wasn't.
If you understand how to beat
I beat
these
Radagon.
bosses-
I beat Radagon and Elden Beast on the first try in New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Goated guy right
Yeah,
here.
the first time I beat the game, Radagon and Elden Beast kicked my ass.
Oh, the first time I played it.
Yeah.
But even still, like, I never really experienced a absolute bender of a boss fight.
Melania for me.
Melania still only, I feel like it took me 20 or something tries, like, to beat Melania. It took me a while, but I beat it in one sitting. From when I got there to, I think, I'm pretty sure. I'm not the type to just be like, okay, I'm going to not play this now and take it up later. I'm like, no, I have to beat this now.
Yeah.
I will be staying up till 4 a.m. beating this. Luckily, it didn't come to that. But even like Elden Beast, it feels like a while. It feels like you're dying a lot, but then you're like, some people have done this 100 times. And if I look back, I think I beat No, I think I beat Radagon and Elden Beast in under 15 try. No, I think under 20 tries because I think I went in with 20 runes. 20, the things that you break to make the great runes, to activate your great rune. I think I went into that with like 20 and I beat them before I ran out. Luckily, I was like, what am I going to do? Where do I get these? I'm fucked. I mean, it didn't make a big difference because I think it only brings your attributes up by what, like 5? The Godric one?
I think so.
Which isn't like crazy game breaking, but it was. If I wasn't
every
beating
little
it with
bit
that,
helps.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And luckily, I beat it before I ran out of those. But I just know Mesmer's gonna have the most ridiculous 2 phases, bro.
Well, it's I just want to try and play as much of this without spoilers. Which is gonna be hard because all I've been doing is watching Elden Ring videos on YouTube. So all of my recommended videos are gonna be Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree spoilers.
I just think there's not much to be spoiled.
But I'm not gonna watch. I don't want to watch people play until I've made it. Because for Elden Ring, I was like, oh, it's a Souls game. I'm not gonna play it ever. So I watched Radbrad play the whole game. Mm-hmm. So when I played it, there was no like whoa moment ever because I had already watched the game get 100%ed basically by this guy.
Right.
But for Shadow of the Erdtree, I want to go in blind and I want to try and play as much blind as I can.
I think you'll be fine because I don't think too much can be spoiled through thumbnails. Because we already know what Mesmer looks like.
You might be able to. It might spoil, like, if Mesmer's not the final boss, it'll spoil. I'm sure it'll be like, oh, the final boss. Or if Mesmer has a wild second phase, his second phase will be the thumbnail. You know? Like, there will be some spoilers that will be unavoidable.
I could see that happening, but...
Where are we at here? How long have we been going?
We've been going for an hour. Hour and 2 minutes.
So, guys, let us know. Because are you liking the Acolyte?
Please, God, say no. Please say no for the love of God.
And if the answer is yes, don't comment that.
Don't comment.
Love
just comment love.
Comment
love instead. And if you haven't watched the Acolyte, you don't need to.
Yeah, stay away.
This is the type of show where I'm only watching it because I love Star Wars and I want to watch everything Star Wars. But it's not the type of show where it's a good show.
No.
It's like the only thing drawing me in is that it is Star Wars.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't know that it
even
really
then I'm
could
like
be considered Star Wars.
Damn.
Even then, I'm damn.
How bad do I want to watch?
It's like Outlaws, bro. Damn.
Bro, Outlaws.
No, I'm saying the only thing drawing me into that is that it's Star Wars.
Damn. Oh, I see, because of Star Wars. Yeah, no, I agree on that too.
Yeah.
But you could get in there and it could be fun.
But it's gonna be like it's like Shadows. Like I can't know that I'm not gonna play the game or that I am gonna play the game until I see the game being played. Like you're never gonna know. There's no gameplay trailer that's gonna be authentic gameplay.
Yeah.
Right. Like even like the 15 minutes of gameplay are so staged. They give you a loose idea, but they're so staged.
Ubisoft are the kings of staged gameplay stuff and like.
Which I don't
quality
mind.
Over like super quality, and then when the game comes out,
they choose cinematic over anything else, which I don't mind. Mm-hmm. I've always felt like Ubisoft has so close to making great games. Like Watch Dogs 2 was like it was cool, it was good. There were some bugs, a lot of bugs, but the parkour was smooth. Like the animations were smooth. Like I always feel like the animations are really smooth. They do a good job of like making third-person games, but they do a bad job of coding games. Mm.
Well, I think I own Watch Dogs Legion too. If you want to play that,
I won't be playing that.
Why not? I remember it was.
I'm not. There's no itch currently that needs. There's no Watchdog itch that needs to be scratched.
Yeah, that's fair. I bought it. It was super on sale. I bought it. I played it, platinumed it. It was fun.
Even when I was finishing the platinum of Watch Dogs 2, I was like, all right, let's get it over with. Luckily, those side missions were so short. Like that Aiden Pierce one was like literally 2 seconds long.
I don't even remember it.
You literally just go somewhere, you hack into a camera.
He's there, and that's
you see him in the jail cell. You help him escape barely, and then that's the thing. Luckily, But yeah,
I remember I played Watch Dogs Legion a couple years ago around Christmas time, and I was like shocked at how good the game looked, like graphically.
Yeah.
But it was like fun.
Yeah.
Like Ubisoft makes relatively fun, over monetized, broken games. And
They're like same with Division. Like that was a very cinematic game. The animations were cool. The fighting was good fighting. I mean, for the most part, good fighting mechanics. They were cool missions. There was cool armor. There was like cool zones for the most part, like cool enemies. But then there's like when you get down to, it's like Ubisoft is, if you were looking at Ubisoft games as an iceberg, the top of the iceberg they're really good at doing. The bottom of the iceberg they're not so good at doing.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're really good at making their games look good
and feel good.
Under that
Smoothness wise, like
yeah.
like the Watch Dogs parkour is very smooth. I don't know why they didn't make that parkour for
Last
Assassin's
note
Creed.
to end the podcast on. You know the game Marvel's Avengers?
Yep.
Right? The live service game that is dead.
Yep.
It's dead. They
Yep.
killed it. The live service
not
is
Ubisoft,
over.
right?
No, I think it was Eidos Montreal
just
or
something.
something. I think it was Square Enix. But it's dead. They shut down the servers. They're not like they've abandoned the game entirely.
Yeah.
It had a higher 24-hour peak on Steam than Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League the other day.
Even after they announced the Mrs. Freeze? Them Freeze? No. Oh, guys. Talk about making decisions on how to make a good game. Not that.
Bro, no one cares about the Suicide Squad game on a level
Not
that
them freeze.
I don't even think I've ever seen. Maybe Redfall, but like, bruh,
Nobody talks about that.
no one cares about this game.
Stop
Them
making content for it,
Them
man.
Freeze is so funny. Anyways, guys, purrs.
Guys.
And let us know, did the video work? Did you like one long take?
Purrs.
Come on, love.
Like.